So the director Alexandria Stapleton, she makes her thesis clear from the opening frame. We see a present day Diddy, curated but bold and maybe a bit frazzled actually. And then we snap back to 1989 NYC, which I have to say that was my favorite shot of the film. I loved that transition. But with the documentary, to me, it says, if you watch closely with that transition, that these two men, Sean now and the Sean then, are really the same person. And a core question arises: what happens when a kid that's fatherless and surrounded by danger at times becomes the most powerful force in hip hop? The filmmakers thankfully weren't chasing clicks with this, they chased psychology and the truth. We hear from childhood friends and early mentors, and a blueprint in essence emerges. Although there were some figures I missed, like where is Farnsworth Bentley? Where is Lori Ann Gibson? I mean, many viewers want to hear from them as well. But back to Sean, aka Diddy, if you will. But if you grow up fearing powerlessness, you perhaps then chase dominance. In fact, there was a part in the doc where he is heard comparing himself to Jesus. So he is perhaps showing himself to have a serious God complex. Because here is the thing: if your father disappears violently, perhaps you build your identity around never being helpless again. This is where the story of his mother even comes in. The documentary doesn't blame her, but it provides the context of toughness. It even implied perhaps there was abuse towards him, hinting at the seeds of insecurity and the need for control that were planted in a young Sean. This is not a man who was ever taught how to be vulnerable, perhaps. One friend even pointed out that he lacked a father figure growing up, so he did not learn those life skills per se from a man in the house. Now, Kirk Burrows, a former associate who is all up and down this documentary, he's pretty much the narrator. He calls Sean a paper gangster, a person who wanted the power of the streets without ever truly being from them. And psychologically, that kind of tracks.